Have you ever just stopped and wondered how we do it? How we take a simple puff of air and turn it into stories, ideas, jokes? It's something we do all day, every day, without a second thought. But underneath it all, there's this incredible hidden code that runs the whole show. And today, we're going to start cracking it.
Okay, picture this. You tell your friend, I am so ready for dessert. But they hear desert and start wondering why you're suddenly talking about sand and camels. It's a silly mix-up, but think about it. What is the actual difference between those two sounds? It's so tiny, but it completely flips the meaning.
While that tiny little difference, it's not random, not at all. It's part of a super precise system, almost like a secret instruction manual that our mouths and ears follow. And once you get the basics of this code, you start to hear language in a completely new way.
So, how do we crack this thing? Well, lucky for us, linguists have already figured it out. They've given us two amazing tools to see what's going on behind the curtain: phonetics and phonology.
First up, we've got phonetics. The easiest way to think about this is as the hardware of our speech. It's all about the physical stuff. What are your lips doing? Where's your tongue? Are your vocal cords vibrating? It's the actual engineering of making a sound.
And then you've got phonology. Now, if phonetics is the hardware, phonology is the software. It's the program, the set of rules that tells us how to arrange all those sounds to make sense in a particular language. It's the reason brick is a word in English, but bicnic, well, our software just says error.
Okay, let's make this super real. What's the actual physical difference between making a p sound and a b sound? I mean, say them to yourself. Pa, ba. They feel almost exactly the same in your mouth, don't they?
Well, the answer is all about vibration. Seriously, try this with me right now. Put a couple of fingers on your throat. Now say the word pat. You feel that little puff of air, but not much else, right? Okay, now keep your fingers there and say bat. Whoa, feel that buzz? That's your vocal cords kicking in. That one little feature, that vibration, is the only difference. That's phonetics in action.
So, okay, that's a cool trick. But how is this actually useful? Well, the first big win is for your own speech. It can help you master your pronunciation and just speak with way more confidence.
If you've ever tried to learn a new language, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's always that one sound that your mouth just refuses to make, probably because it doesn't even exist in your own language. A classic one for a lot of people learning English is the difference between V and F. You know, saying I'm looking for the fan versus I'm looking for the van can lead to some pretty different results. They seem so close, but the code has the answer. And here's the secret. The hardware for both sounds is identical. You put your top teeth on your bottom lip. To make the vuz in van, you do the exact same thing you do for the F in fan. You just turn on your voice. You add that vibration we just talked about. That's it. Once you understand the hardware, making the sound is suddenly a million times easier.
Now let's flip it. Knowing the code doesn't just help you speak better, it turns you into a super listener. You start hearing all these little hidden details in what everyone else is saying.
Okay, let's finally solve our desert versus dessert mystery. The individual sounds are pretty much the same, so what's the big secret? It's not about the sounds themselves, it's about the music of the word, the syllable stress. In dessert, all the energy is on the first syllable. In dessert, it's on the second.
And that's the thing. Our brains are totally wired to pick up on these patterns. Stress, rhythm, it's a huge part of our language's software. So learning to tune your ear into how people say things, not just what they say, is a game changer for clear communication.
But this stuff goes way beyond just personal improvement. These exact same principles are incredibly powerful tools that professionals use every single day to help people.
I mean, who uses this code? Language teachers, every day, helping a student finally nail the difference between ship and sheep. You've got researchers using it to figure out how languages literally evolve over hundreds of years. And, so importantly, speech therapists use it to help people overcome speech disorders.
You know, think of a kid who says wabbit instead of rabbit. They're not just being cute. Their brain is substituting one sound for another. A speech therapist can use their knowledge of phonetics to show that child the exact position their tongue needs to be in to make that R sound. It's amazing, powerful work.
So after this little tour, you actually have the start of your very own sound toolkit. You've got a whole new way to listen to the world.
And here it is, a simple 3-step toolkit you can start using today. First, whenever you hear a tricky sound, just try to isolate it, zero in on it. Second, feel the mechanics. Pay attention to your own speech hardware. What are you doing to make that sound? And third, start listening for the stress, the rhythm. I promise, you'll start hearing things you never noticed before.
Because really, that's what this is all about. Phonetics and phonology, they're like the user manual for spoken language. They demystify the whole process and give you the power to be a clear speaker and a much sharper listener.
So, the next time you're chatting with a friend or listening to a song or even just walking down the street, remember that hidden code is always running in the background. You've got the key now. The only question is, what will you listen for?